reasons for that. Hello, hello, hello. Right, let me just check and make sure I've got bars going up and down. Yes, I have. I need to do some screen organisation here, actually, just quickly. Because none of my screens are where I need them. There we go. That's better. How are you, people? How are you? Would you look at the view, by the way? I used to park at Tawanta A2. This is Tawanta. I used to park at Tawanta A2 on my carrier habitually, and I've taken to parking at Tawanta A1 because it's quicker to get to my carrier, and Wilson Port is only another few seconds in that direction. And also the view. Look at the view. The planet is so close to the star, and it all moves so quickly that it's never it's never a horrible view when you're looking at your carrier anyway. But would you look at that? That is a thing, isn't it? Excuse the cough. I hope you are well, people. I hope I find you well. Let me just see who've we got. Who've we got? Alan's here. Wintermute is here. Laban Den, hello, buddy. Elfina, hello, mate. How are you? Arian McDade. Oolon, morning, buddy. How are you? Fearless, morning, mate. Takoso, all right, mate. Damien McIntosh, hello, man. How you doing? Yagashura is here, and I am in a wing with you. I don't know why I'm using that voice. Did I say Laban Den already? Can't remember if I did or not. Laban Den's probably getting to. Aki UK, hello. Tragic Blue, all right, mate. Here we are again. Quiz Engine, hello, man. Hello. I'm glad you enjoyed the flight sim video, by the way, mate. If you've got any thoughts on the format or what you saw or anything like that, and you want to chuck some comments, please feel free. Kind of feeling my way with that one at the moment. So, I hope you're well, gang. I hope you're well. We're going to do something a little bit unusual for me today. I'm not. I know it's going to be okay. I do know it's going to be okay. This is the weird thing. I'm not supremely confident doing combat on stream. It's not that I'm not supremely confident doing PvE combat, because I've got a heavily engineered Anaconda and I know it's going to be fine. But when I'm on stream, the reason I don't normally do it on stream is because I find it quite it takes up most of my internal resources. So talking and doing the combat thing at the same time, whilst sort of trying to remain engaging and things, can be quite challenging. So that's actually the reason I don't normally do it. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I hope it'll be all right. Oh, good Lord, this should be fun. Thank you very much for that vote of confidence. You'll see, I'll be flying and killing stuff, and it'll be fine, but there'll also be dribble coming out of my mouth more than usual. Right, we are going to... The good general has some standing orders up, as he always does, and we are going to BD plus 47 2267 to a Hazres, of which I have not yet planned what one, but I'm sure it'll be fine. If you wish to join us, then please do. You are more than welcome. BD plus 47. What was it? 2267, did I say? Yeah, 2267. This snappily named. Oh, it's right there. I knew it was close, but I could have just looked where Yaga was, really, couldn't I? Okay. Consummate professional, as always. This is why you tune in, isn't it? I have a doing the thing lined up. Wow, that's a lot of rings. Okay, we'll go there. I do have a doing the thing lined up. I'm really tempted to give you a quick taster of the doing the thing, but I don't want to spoil it. So, but there will be a doing the thing later. Now, I've been told, Elfina, mate, do you want to come along, buddy? I'll tell you what. I'll chuck you a wing request. There is, as always, there is no pressure whatsoever to accept the wing request. If it works for you, do it. If it doesn't, not a problem at all, mate. Right, I'm sure this will be fine. We don't normally do real-world politics on any of our channels, so I'm not going to do that at all. But I will say the world is a different place today than it was yesterday. Leave it at that. So there we are. There we are. Hello, Morlock. How are you? Ginger Menace. Right. Okay. Shall we try the... Well. Okay. There was some Ginger Menace dubiosity. Is that a word? Is dubiosity a word? Can we say that? This is an Anaconda, Alan. I love this ship. It's not necessarily the best at what it does at all. It's kind of it tries to be a bit of a jack of all trades in the big ship department. And I'm not awfully sure that it's terribly good at any of them really, with the possible exception of if you want a ship with sort of with enormous range for a very long journey, then it's quite good at that. But you know, if you wanted to land on a planet and you're looking for a small parking space, then it's really no good at that. It's absolutely huge, but I do love it as a ship. It was kind of like when I first started the game, it was the ship that I always wanted because I sort of saw it from afar and went, oh, I've kind of been rather enamored with it ever since. And it's kind of me now, if you know what I mean. Right, I'm going to that one there. Unless instructed to do otherwise. Here we go. So yeah, this is an Anaconda. It's not awfully manoeuvrable in normal space at all. Hey KLA, how are you, mate? It's not awfully manoeuvrable at all. It's a bit like steering Kent. Not as bad as the Type 10. That really is an incredible piece of real estate to drive around. But this one is bristling with turrets and very, very engineered, so it doesn't do bad. It can normally hold its own. You watch it. I'm going to get my Batinsky handed to me now. Desperately trying not to do a loop of shame. Should we see if the stand cam is up? There were some stand-based issues. Sorry, on the subject of the Ginger Menace. There were some stand-based issues. He's fine. Don't concern yourself. He's absolutely fine. But he was out all night, like a filthy stop out, and he collapsed on the couch this morning and passed out. Not in a sinister way, just in a cat-tired way. So we had to have him to be ready for him to be on stream today, because let's be honest, you're all here for the cat. We had to have him delivered and bribed with biscuits. Are we going? How about that one? Oh, are you going to that one? Or are we going to that one? We'll go to that one. Yeah, we had to have him delivered by Rini, put in his bed, and then bribed with biscuits in order to stay there. So he looks like he stayed there. By Ginger Menace, I assume you mean Stan and not Yagashura. You're welcome, Yaga. So I believe he's there. So let me just I'll just change. There we go. Right, there you go. It's not a great view of Stan, but he is there. How visible is he? Okay, I might adjust the stand cam really quick. But hopefully you can see the young man in his perch. Am I here with Yagashura? No, I'm not. Oh yes I am. There he is. Hello, mate. So anybody who's not done this before, I'm talking particularly to Alan, really, because I know you haven't done this before. When you arrive in one of these zones, if you've got stuff in your cargo hold that is even remotely valuable, you will be immediately attacked. The place is when you first arrive at least, is absolutely crawling with pirates. And all the time you're here, you'll be approached by people making vaguely threatening noises.
Bay is prepped. Systems online.
I'll just show you the ship real quick. So that's my Anaconda. There you go. So see that guy in the top there? Let me see what you have. They come up, scan you, see if you've got anything worth nicking. If you haven't, they'll leave you alone. I've got a Conda Yags, if you want to go for it. And he's already under fire. See what I mean? Combat teams to shut my brain down. So all those points waving around in the middle of the screen, that's because he's deployed chaff, which lasts a certain amount of time, and then you can do that. So chaff will confuse auto-targeting weapons that I'm using. It will not confuse Yagashura, however, who is not using gimbal weapons. He will be using fixed weapons.
Hear you loud and clear.
Full
I'm moving
damage.
in.
He's dead. See? Now that is what engineering and Yagashura will do for you. You know, see all the scan detected coming up all the time? That's just people approaching you all the time to see what you've got. There seems to be a pirate playbook of things to say as well. They're not awfully original. I'm trying to find a fairly... Yeah, it's going to have to be him, Yags. I'm trying to find a fairly local individual. Just initiating the plot.
Affirmative.
Oh, it's clean.
Maneuvering
Oh,
to
for
attack
goodness
position.
sakes. Alright, I've managed to get myself a bounty already. See? This is what happens. Now I'll get hassled by the police all the time. I need to go pay off a bounty. Oh, God. I'll leave you to it, Yag. Alright, have fun. I'll be back in a second. The problem is, right, so I tend not to look at I'm terrible for this. I don't look at their legal status. So that guy wasn't wanted. I'm now wanted because I opened fire on him. I don't look at their legal status. I look at their name and immediately go, oh, that looks dodgy. He's gonna be dubious. And so I don't look at their. This is what happens when I'm trying to talk on stream and trying to do combat at the same time. The two are mutually incompatible.
Find any trace of the fighter.
Honestly.
Take him down, sir.
Have we got? Is there a interstellar factors here? Let me check. There. I'm wanted at Lawson Station, so that should be exciting. There is not. I think Chuai's got one, hasn't it? Let's check Chuai. Come on, come on, come on. I think that place there, I'm sure, has got one. Or am I wrong? I'm wrong. Where do I? Oh, where's the nearest? Oh, it's so annoying. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Jagger's going to be screaming at me now. Always scan before firing, isn't it? Honestly. And the annoying thing is, I do scan, but I don't pay any attention to it. I'm always looking at the name. I'm always looking at the damn name, going, oh, what's there? Has that one got one? What I want is a nice big station. Reasonably close. That'll do. That's going to have it, surely. Interstellar factors. There we go. Right. Back in a sec, Yag. Sorry about that. The good thing about the Hazres zones is you can carry on killing all day long, and it'll just respawn and respawn and respawn. So, how's your week been, everybody? Anyway, how's your week been? A vocal prompt would be awesome, wouldn't it? I usually got Yaga going, "Don't kill that guy," so that's, you know. I'm sure there's probably one of the oh, what's that? What's the voice attack thing? Yeah, voice attack. In fact, I'm surely that probably gives you a warning, doesn't it? Whether it does it quick enough for my brain is another matter. We've recently discovered Apple TV, by the way, while I'm not in combat. And so this week, in our TV time in the very late evening, because we're off work at the moment, we've been watching. Well, we just absolutely caned For All Mankind. If you haven't seen that, which is just brilliant. That was on a recommendation from, I think was it you that recommended it, Jagger? I think it was, wasn't it? It's kind of an alternate history of what it starts off as, an alternate history of the 60s space race and men landing on the moon. So that one of the first things that happens is that the Russians land on the moon before the Americans. and then it kind of spirals from there. Really, really good. It's like it's really odd. It almost feels like a drama documentary, but it obviously isn't true, you know. And last night was bizarre. Game Warrior on our Discord recommended. I don't like football, right? And I don't particularly like American sitcoms or American comedy in particular. They're okay. It just doesn't, just doesn't really do it for me these days. And he recommended a comedy, an American-made comedy on Apple TV about football, called Ted Lasso, which just makes no sense whatsoever. It's about an American football coach who comes over to look after an English football team. And I thought, oh god, this is good. He recommended it, said it was really good. So we thought, okay, it might be mildly amusing. I'd like, oh my god, there are 8 episodes or 10 episodes, I think, and we're like 5 episodes in, and we only started watching it last night. And like one of the first things I said to Ree when I woke up this morning was, when can we carry on watching Ted? It's really good. It's really good. There's hardly any football in it. It's incredibly well observed, particularly sort of around like people around London, and southern England in particular, and how they talk to each other. It's incredibly well observed. And the central character, Ted Lasso, the football coach, and his right hand man. The English side of it is thus far is quite cliche, and you know where it's you know where you can kind of guess where it's going to go, and you're normally bang on. There's no surprises there at all. But the main character, Ted, when he first comes in, you're thinking, oh right, I know what this is going to be. You don't at all. He's not at all what he appears to be. You think he's going to be sort of a kind of affable idiot kind of thing, and that isn't it at all. It's really clever and really well written as well. And the main character is incredibly likable. I was really surprised, really surprised. This is the early late Breakfast Club. It is kind of, it is. Mazda, did you oversleep, mate? What were you up to last night to cause you to oversleep? if it's available for public knowledge and appropriate to the channel. If it isn't, forget I said anything. I really want to show you what today's doing the thing is. Is there any way I can show you some of what today's doing the thing is without giving it away? Today's doing the thing makes a noise, you see, and I think if I get it to make the noise before I show it to you, it'll ruin it. So shall we try and make this? And I know Bob, bless his heart, won't believe that this will happen. Yaga definitely won't believe it, but I'm going to try and make this a no loop of shame stream. How about that? We can do this. Come on. So I'm going to try and make every approach I do, I'm going to try and make it at least get into the 6 range at least once. But no loop of shame. That is my challenge for this stream. And also, don't shoot anyone who isn't wanted. Honestly, literally the second target. I mean, really. I've got to focus for this bit. Just bear with me. I've got to focus. So did you guys see the announcement yesterday from Frontier? I want to say announcement. I think it was yesterday. They sort of it was, what day are we? Thursday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So they've been doing an Ask Me Anything on Wednesday afternoons, which whilst they did give some information. Oh, I thought that was going to loop then. They have been giving some sort of dribbles of information through the Ask Me Anything. The problem with having an Ask Me Anything is that people will ask anything, and obviously Frontier have only got certain bits of information that they're willing already to let go at the moment. So it kind of had turned into an Ask Me Anything. I really don't want to get scanned here, do I? Let's do that and that, just in case. Yeah, it kind of turned into an a bit of an ask me anything, but you know, I'll answer one or two, which I know is obviously very frustrating for the audience, and I know the guys at Frontier find it frustrating as well, the community team, you know, because they don't. I can tell you now, I don't know much about them, but I do know they don't want to hold back. I do know that. They want to tell you everything immediately right now. They're really excited about it, but they obviously can't, which is fair enough. But it kind of puts an unwanted tang on the Ask Me Anything, doesn't it? Because, you know, it did become, it was getting somewhat mocked, because the answers, most of the answers, I'd say honestly, you know, if I'm being brutally honest, I'd say 90% of the answers they were able to give were, yeah, we can't talk about that at the moment, or we're not ready to talk about that, or, you know, which is not great for them, and obviously not great for us as well. So what they've decided to do, I believe, is have a bit more of a structured AMA, in so much as they will give a fixed subject, a fixed area, that people can ask questions on. So, for example, I don't know, starports or combat or exploration or something like that. Look what's happened to my portrait. Is that because I've been naughty? Is that new? I've never seen that before. Is that new? Please tell me I haven't been playing this game for 7 years and I've never noticed that. In my defence, I don't really get in trouble terribly often, so... Yeah, what? Is that new? So anyway, yeah, I'll carry on talking about the AMA. Someone answer my question if that's... I've never seen that before. So yeah, I think I'm not sure when the answers are coming out, but they're kind of I think they're gonna take a load of questions in a fixed area. But having spoken to the development team beforehand about that area, and make sure that they're forearmed, if you know what I mean. They'll have answers lined up for stuff, which will, I'm sure there will still be occasions where there'll be, oh yeah, we can't talk about that, or we can't discuss X, Y, Z, or whatever. But I think it will mean that a lot more of the AMA becomes, well, there's two things to take away from this actually. A lot more of the Ask Me Anything will become useful for everybody, so you'll actually get some answers. And also, in their defence, it does show that they are listening and they are looking at the feedback that they're being given and doing something about it. You know, it takes a brave man or mans to step forward and go, yeah, do you know what? We decided we were going to do this. It isn't working properly, so we're going to change direction 2-3 weeks after we decided to do it. So I think you have to take your hat off to them for that, for trying to do the best that they can with that situation. So we'll see what it turns up anyway. I mean, the questions that we got, the answers that we got for last Friday, which were all about settlements, there was some good stuff in there. There was some useful stuff in there. There's still obviously loads more that everybody wants to know, and loads more that they want to tell us, but I think we're making progress. So let's try and get back to the fight now that we're, what, half an hour into the stream. It's going well. It's going well. I'm going to get boon points for most of this stream, aren't I? Honestly. Hello, Spookster. You're right, mate. Oh, you can't see the portrait because of the stand cam, of course. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I forgot about that. It was all... the portrait was there, but it had artifacting on it, and it was all sort of glippy. I'd never noticed that before. If it does that, I've never noticed it. But it immediately went as soon as I paid off the fine. It went. Kissing Jaegers there. Let's try that again.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Everything, Wintermute, everything sounds better when voiced by Wotherspoon. Yeah, 57. I hear you there completely. If they answer everything, there'll be accusations of hot air because things do change during development. That is absolutely true. But I still think like there's some there's some latitude for broad strokes and the general thing. I can't give a good example really, but the general thing we're going for is this, but we're dancing around the specifics. There was very nearly a loop of shame then. Oh, so very close. Did you see the last of the stations that got attacked on? Was it January? It was January, wasn't it? January the 1st, I think. The last of those stations got the fires got put out last night. Is that your carrier, Jagger, that you're on there? I'm going to say it is. Yeah, it is. Stargate 1. Yeah, the last of the fires got put out, so Operation Ida are now up and running and doing their repair thing. I fully expect that they will be well on top of that, certainly by this time next week, and let's be honest, probably by Monday. Because they do extraordinary stuff with carriers these days. They really do. Come on, come on, come on. So close. Okay. Let's try again. Let's get Beryl out in her
Copy. Deploying the fighter now.
in her fighter. I love the change that they made to fighters.
Fighter is
So
online. I'm ready
when
when
you get,
you are.
if and when you get destroyed these days, you don't lose your crew member. You can buy them back. Essentially, they get saved along with you, which has meant after many years.
Scan detected.
I promise I will check this guy. I promise. I promise. He's elite. Nice. And also innocent. There you go, right, this guy's in a wing as well, just to make things interesting. He's scanning me, I'll wait till he gets bored of that.
Scan detected.
He's bored of that. There you go.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now.
He's toast. Let's find his wingman.
Hear you loud and clear.
Set the
I'm
hounds
moving
on
in.
him.
Target shields offline.
Let's give this a break for a few seconds because I forgot to put power in. There we go. And he's dead.
Target destroyed.
You'll be proud of me, Yaga, in some regard, because
Deployed.
I remembered to bring limpets with me. So on the off chance that there is something useful for me to pick up, let's just have a quick look. On the off chance that there is something for me to pick up. compound shielding. Where's that? Let's go and get that.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Yeah, I actually remembered to bring limpets with you. I'm the world's worst at collecting
Cargo scoop deployed.
collecting materials. Just the world's worst. It's a constant source of frustration to me. I never get round to doing it. So I'm going to try and make a concerted effort to actually hoover up the stuff. Okay, actually hoover up the stuff that I can when I'm doing, on the rare occasions in actual fact that I do anything like this. Ferdinands. Where are you, Ferdinands? Well, there's definitely a fight going on down there. Hello. So I always like, if I can, I always like to get as close as I can and just do a huge amount of damage. Hello, Yags, mate. And just do a huge amount of damage in as short a time as I possibly can. At no point, I mean, it's been a long time since this ship has genuinely been in any peril, really. It's that engineered now. So it's, you know, it's debatable whether I really need to.
Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage.
But it just seems the best way to do it, do you know what I mean? You just kind of ride up to them, dump everything in, ruin their afternoon. In as quick a time as you possibly can. And move on with your day.
Impulse attack.
I've got to get myself a Fer-de-Lance. I've been meaning to sort of to get round to actually doing something with fixed weapons properly. I have got a couple of fixed weapon ships, but I wouldn't say by any stretch of the imagination I'm even remotely proficient with them. But I think if I was going to get a ship and engineer the conkers off of it, and it had fixed weapons, I think it would probably have to be a Fer-de-Lance. The railguns is the thing that I really want to get. If I was frustrated with my playing in any regard when it comes to combat. Feral Pandemic, that sounds like a lovely ship, doesn't it? How can you have a Feral Pandemic? See what I mean about the names? Anybody who calls their ship Feral Pandemic is not here for a picnic, are they? Do you know what I mean? What's your favourite weapon, people? Are you sort of are you a turret person, or are you a fixed weapon kind of person, or are you gimbaled? Are you somewhere in between?
Affirmative.
It's an Asp Explorer, for goodness sake. This is going to be really quick.
Target destroyed.
That's the last of them, Commander.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
What are we looking for? Oh, he was okay. We looked at him earlier, and he looks like he's having a worse day. Plasma accelerator, rail cannon. You've got all your bases covered there, haven't you? Gimbaled multi-cannon except the T10, which you've got turrets on. Alan got beam lasers and multi-cannons all gimbaled. Yeah, I've always gone multi-cannons and beam lasers but I'm acutely aware that it's kind of an obvious choice. And Well, you know what, mate? I don't think it's, if you're killing stuff, and you're not struggling, when you're doing it, then I would suggest that. Elfner, yes, you can, buddy. Hang on a second. Yeah, if you're killing stuff and you're not struggling when you're doing it, and you're not constantly in peril, then I would suggest that you are attacking stuff that's appropriately leveled for you. And if the weapons are working for you at the moment, then great. That's one of the great things about Elite, really, isn't it? That there isn't, generally speaking, there isn't really a wrong way of doing any of it. It's just a case of what works for you. Hello, sweetheart. What do you want? Nothing good, I'll wager.
Scan detected.
Again, why would you call it? If you were going to have a faction in a universe where your faction and your intentions are written all over your face, and you were a pirate, why would you call your faction Ear Silver Pirates? Because it's basically going, you might as well just run up to the police and go, hello, I did a murder. That really didn't last long at all, did it? And there go me limpies.
Cargo scope deployed.
Nice. Oh, there's a clipper. there's a clipper, Jagger. Are you?
Cargo scoop.
That noise you can hear is raging bloodlust coming from the Yagashura,
Return to attack position.
and it's dead. Look at that.
Target destroyed.
Do you know what I need? I need an on-screen indicator that says what my limpets are doing, where they are,
Programming limpet drone.
and what they're currently hauling. That would be very useful.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop deployed. Cargo scoop retracted.
Is he up to no good, Jäger? I'm going to trust your targeting, mate. He is clean. I'm not going to trust your targeting. That's the only thing I find with these wild animus, and it's an anaconda. What do we think? The only thing I find with these combat zones is that you can, particularly when you've got a heavily engineered ship and there's more than one of you, is that you can rip through stuff so quickly that you run out of bad guys.
Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage.
Oh, like we almost need another level of Hazres now, you know. I know sort of combat zones are kind of that, but sometimes you don't want to cause other than sweet, sweet justice. There we go.